Welcome back to Cole Combat Science. In today's video, I've got a round of rolling between myself and Phil Hawes. Phil is a UFC middleweight in the 185-pound division, and he's in town in Austin, Texas to help prepare his friend Sebastian Rodriguez as he takes on Jacob Couch in the Who's Number 1, February 9th in Costa Mesa, California. So here we're just hand fighting a little bit. As soon as I squared up with Phil, I could tell there was no way I was going to be able to take him down. So I'm just trying to see how long I can stay on my feet, basically. And then here you're going to see him hit a nice high crotch entry to a double. As soon as he takes me down, the only thing I have is my right arm around his neck for the chin strap. So I'm trying to use that to recover a guard, but I could tell he was going to pass. So I throw up the buggy choke in desperation. I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to lock this up, but I felt like it was my best attack in the situation. And you see here, he maintains a nice posture, and then he's going to be able to flatten me back out. Here, he's working basically a Von Flue setup while I'm still trying to use the guillotine or chin strap against him. And then here he shows some really nice staples and windshield wipers with his shins and ankles on my near side arm. So it prevented me from being able to push his legs back into any kind of half guard or guard. And then at some point, I try to escape, and it's going to give up my back. So as he goes to knee on belly here, I try to turn in. He's able to circle behind me. Now I'm in bottom turtle. I could feel he had double underhooks on me, so there wasn't a way that I was going to be able to elevate my hips out of this. And then right as I try to crawl away from him to get a little bit of space, he hits this super clean back take on me. And I'm able to actually spin through, but it ends with me stuck in the bottom mount. And he's got a really nice cross face, and then you see he's got his left arm as an underhook. And right here, he traps my arm across his head. So now he's working his Kata Gatame or arm triangle on me. And at this point, I could really feel his size and strength. The dude has huge arms, and he knows what he's doing, so this was a ton of pressure. But then when he passes from mount to side control, I try to use this arm triangle escape I often use when people pass to the side, but as soon as I invert right there, I could feel he's putting me to sleep. So I had a tap. And he actually checked on me right there, made sure I was good. The dude is an absolute gentleman. I could tell that if he wanted to, he could have gone a lot harder and made this a lot worse for me, so I really appreciate that. And then this time, I wasn't kidding myself. I knew I couldn't wrestle with this guy, so as soon as I get control of his wrist, I just sit down, try to get shin to shin. He just pummels his leg right out of that. And then straight into some body lock passing for him here. I try to use my butterfly guard to elevate, but unfortunately, again, with his hands connected around my hips, I was able to get nothing going. He's got his head on my chest. And then here he hits a pretty classic body lock pass where he's working towards the side his head's on and keeps the body lock all the way down into side control. So I do have some frames in that's keeping him from advancing forward. But as soon as he lets go of the body lock, he catches a nice crossface. And then he uses this nice technique to get past my frame on the far side. So he's going to connect his hands here to staple my bicep down to the mat, and then he throws his head down, and that's going to allow him to pummel his right arm as the underhook. Now, I've put my right hand out by his hip. I'm trying to do a technique that we call a ghost escape, but I need my left arm on the other side of his head in order to do that. So by keeping his head on the mat, I was unable to do the escape I was trying. And then here, when he goes north-south, I try to invert again, but the timer hit at that point, and I knew I wasn't going to get out. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.